How do you overcome pride? Well, at first it might seem like you should have a martyr syndrome. Think of yourself in such awful ways. I'm just a dirty, rotten sinner. I'm a dirty worm. I can't believe that God would save a wretch like me. And then we remain in that lesser identity. Is that what humility is? Well, remember that real humility is saying exactly what God says about you, no more and no less. It's not true humility to grovel over there in the corner, begging and pleading for what you already have in Jesus Christ. Go ahead and be confident. Be confident in Christ. The Apostle Paul might be a great example of that. He taught and shared with boldness and clarity and strength because he was being himself and he was expressing Jesus at the exact same time. We shouldn't see ourselves as obstacles to God. We are His instruments. We're not supposed to shrivel back and act like we don't exist, pushing credit off on, well, it was all God and none of me every time. When someone compliments us, we can recognize, well, it's us, but it's Christ, but it's us, but it's Christ. We're not an obstacle. We're His instrument, and we're perfectly compatible with Him if we are new creations in Christ. So let's recognize that pride, well, that's a deed of the flesh. It's something that's already been overcome by the finished work of Jesus Christ. Because you're a new creation, you have a new heart, and that heart is a humble heart. In other words, you're dead to pride, and you're alive to humility, because you're dead to sin, and you're alive to God. So, entertaining true fleshly pride is never going to work for you. It'll never satisfy. It won't quite feel right. And walking in real humility, recognizing your new identity in Christ, that you're frail and human and weak and dependent, and yet, because of Him, you're the righteousness of God and holy and blameless. Well, that's what true humility is. Remember, real humility is saying the same thing that God says about you, no more, but also no less.